one thing I'm highly conscious of, having been a part-timer myself, and is how do you stop, as you said, bracket creep, right? How do you stop that, odd email on the day the person's not working to become, here's your additional 8 hours to work on the day you're not working, sort of thing. It's really important because obviously it's the employees have to feel as though they can say no. But as an employer, how do I make sure that they're A, comfortable to say no, and B, I don't, there's always unavoidable emergencies. I get that, but at the same time, I don't want to overload my staff the days they're off because it's their day off, they're not getting paid.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's a great question. And of course, as you said, one that comes up all the time. And it's actually a reason a lot of part-time people go back to working full-time, because they just find they end up working full-time hours on part-time pay, which is, the worst possible scenario. But what I've found myself, but also working with other people in these situations, is there's a couple of things that really make a big difference. So the first is have a conversation with your team member or each individual part-time team member about, firstly, the what. So what are the types of things that you both agree are urgent enough or important enough that you would contact them on their day off? And what are things that can wait? And I'd even say once you've put that list together, then even challenge yourselves, like, actually, is that one really critical? Or, could sometimes that just wait till, Monday if their day is a Friday. So get an agreement and have a discussion about it. But then also, and maybe you already have these systems in place, but have a system in place about the how. So one of the worst things I found when working part-time was I felt like in some roles I needed to be on my emails on my day off, just in case that urgent thing came in, just in case a client contacted me and I missed it and they were upset. And so have a system in place. And what I find works for lots of people is agree that the person doesn't need to be on their emails in the day. You'll text them if something's urgent. And the text is great for two reasons, because people always have their phones. It means they don't have to be on email, but also then you're not just calling them in the middle of something important. They can call you back 10 minutes later when they're ready, if they're with their kid at swimming lessons or in their boxing class or whatever they're doing. So that kind of the what and the how, getting some systems and agreement around that, I find can make a really big difference.